Hij won internationale fotowedstrijden zonder foto's te nemen. Hij bundelde onlangs het hele zonnestelsel in 12 boeken en maakte een alomgeprezen fotoboek op basis van Google Street View. Een fotograaf zonder fototoestel. Uw applaus voor Miška Heller. Hi Miška, welcome. How are you? We have 2 books of you here. One is quite a big project. You are a photographer, but you don't really take pictures with a camera.
No, not anymore, no. I used to work as a documentary photographer, and I still do when I can get work. But a few years ago, I kind of put the camera away and started working with other people's cameras.
Uh-huh. Okay, and why do you do that? Because you'd think there's too much pictures.
Well, we're surrounded by cameras, so it makes sense to make work with all of the pictures that other people are taking and not looking at.
Let's talk a bit about your work. This is one project. It's called Astronomical. It's 12 volumes. Kim, ik geef jou er een.
Dank u.
Flip ook.
Dankjewel.
What are you seeing?
Very creative.
It's a lot of black pages, apparently, except for the first page, which is this one. What are we seeing here?
That's the sun.
That's the sun. And what we're seeing in the rest is?
Well, on page 1 is the sun, and on page 6000 is Pluto. And every page is 1 million kilometers. And so Earth is on page 140 something.
I think I found Earth.
Yeah, so there we are in the television studio.
Yeah.
On that little dot there.
Yeah.
That's us. And if you carry on, you'll hit Mars, and then eventually there's 220 pages of the asteroid belt. And then we find Jupiter in volume 2 and Saturn in volume 3.
You've also included an index, and for such a big book, there's surprisingly little to see.
Well, there's a lot of empty space out there. So 6 volumes are just black. There's nothing in those 6 volumes. So yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it's great for someone who's afraid to fall in a black hole.
Right.
The thing is, to really appreciate it, you have to read it from the start to the finish.
Yes.
Yes. It's
and then you really get an idea of the immensity of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, the nearest star to us, which is Proxima Centauri, is 80,000 volumes that way. And
you need 80,000 of these?
Yeah, to get to the nearest star.
And what's the distance that's covered on this page?
1 million kilometers.
1 million kilometers. So 80,000 volumes, and how much distance is that if you put that together?
It's 2 kilometers, I think, but it's 4.2 light years away. And Voyager, the space probe, the probe that was launched in 1977, takes 7 hours to cross each page.
Wow. Actually, it's an art project.
Yeah, I mean, I sell very few books, actually. I mean, they only get printed each time somebody orders them.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have hundreds of these books lying around. I mean, I only have 1 or 2 sets at home. And so when somebody orders one, it gets printed just for them.
Okay.
I love the look of it.
It's really nice.
I see it in my house.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Let's talk about another project of yours. This is No Man's Land. Just because you're really productive. Last year you had like 6 books published.
Yeah.
And then this No Man's Land. Tell us about it. It's pictures.
Yeah, well, No Man's Land is a project I did which kind of shows what appear to be women selling sex on the side of roads in Europe, across Europe, mainly in Spain and Italy. And I found these places by going on online communities where men...
Because these pictures are taken from
Google Street View.
Google Street View.
Yeah. And I found them by going on internet sites where men look for prostitutes and where they share information about where they can find them. And
so that's how you find, because I was wondering, because I spent quite some time on Google Street View and never encountered half-naked women.
No, well, you're not going to the right sites.
Probably not.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that you can. I mean, it's crazy on a number of levels. First, that there are men online doing this, kind of exchanging information like this, and secondly, that the Google Street View car picks all of this up, captures all this, and then thirdly, that somebody like me can come along and make a project with it.
And, but these women are standing on the strangest places, it appears.
Yeah, I mean, the images that I selected for the project are always places that are kind of lost. You know, where the women are really in the middle of nowhere, kind of on their own. And I mean, some of the images are really tragic. Others are quite funny. Some of the women managed to kind of create quite a domestic space in the middle of nowhere. And the chair is always the plastic chair, and the water bottle seem to be a constant accessory.
Yeah. What project are you currently working on?
Well, I just finished a book called Laatste, which is I took a classic photo book of the documentary history, which is a book called The Americans by Robert Frank, and I erased it. And
you erased it?
I erased it, and by erasing it, I created new images by just keeping certain elements of each image, and each image is iconic. So what happens when you erase iconic images is there are very few traces of the image left, but they create something new, but it's also something that resonates with the past.
Oké. Wie meer wil weten over de projecten van Miska Heller, die vindt een link op onze website. Thank you very much. Miska Heller! Hij is heimelijk jaloers op Cécile de France, France Gall.